Welcome to SVG Television News for tonight. In the news tonight, the quality of health, the quality of health care over the years is said to have been affected by the limited financial resources to cover preventative and curative care. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Shong, says they are trying to correct this through the launch of a National Health Accounts study. Shong was speaking at the opening of a workshop on the NHA study at French's House this morning. He says the current economic environment warrants an examination as to how efficient and effective resources are allocated to minimize wastage and to receive maximum output.
The National Health Accounts exercise is an internationally recognized methodology that is designed to monitor expenditure flows within a health system over a period of time. It is also designed to be used as a policy tool to facilitate health sector performance management and the assessment of how well resources are targeted to health system goals and priority areas. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, it is a key input for informing health financing policy, as well as monitoring the progress of policy interventions that can lead to improvements in the condition of the lives of our people and improved allocation of resources in the health sector and related sectors, which can lead ultimately to improvement in the quality of life.
Shong says the data from the National Health Accounts exercise will support their efforts to design, monitor and assess the reforms. These reforms are set out in the National Economic and Social Development Plan 2014 to 2015.
Draft strategic plan for health that focuses on the modernization of the health sector and the provision of sustainable health care with improved social equity. But how might the National Health Accounts achieve this, ladies and gentlemen? It can provide health financing indicators in an internationally standardized manner. As the framework is internationally recognized, it allows for comparisons across countries. For example, ladies and gentlemen, the World Health Organization states that countries should aim to see less than 20% of total health spending coming from household out-of-pocket payments at facilities.
Meanwhile, in providing an overview of the National Health Accounts study, Research Officer at the Health Economics Unit of the University of the West Indies, Roxanne Brizan, says the project allows for health officials to do work that can sustain health gains and the quality of life for citizens.
It provides specific data on the magnitude and components of health expenditure, which is important for efficiency considerations and especially in light of limited resources, as the PS has highlighted limited resources, for example, in preventative and curative care. In the St. Vincent context, the need for the NHA has really been driven from wanting for a better understanding of the financing landscape of the health sector, to what extent has current resources reflect the disease burdens, for example, with the rising incidence of NCDs, and a desire to improve cost effectiveness of HIV interventions and sustainability of health HIV financing.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines does not accept the U.S. Department of State Trafficking in Persons report, which placed this country on a Tier 2 watch list. This position was strongly emphasized by Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves at the recently held opening ceremony for the Canouan Coast Guard base. In attendance were a number of officials from the United States Embassy in Barbados and the U.S. Ambassador to Barbados and the OECS, Larry Palmer. Dr. Gonsalves says he disagrees very strongly with the designation of SVG as a source and a destination for the trafficking in persons.
The fact that we have not prosecuted anyone in the last year doesn't mean that we have not identified potential trafficking victims. We cannot prosecute an offender if there is no crime committed during the reporting period. 3 investigations were initiated compared to 5 in 2013. We can only arrest and charge if there is sufficient evidence to do so, and there is an independent office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. And we continue to be very proactive in identifying any victim of trafficking, and we carry out a widespread sensitization program.
Prime Minister Gonsalves says he will like to see the relevant authorities in the USA journey to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and speak to persons in the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Unit, among other well-placed officials here on the matter.
To speak to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, so that any misunderstandings can be cleared up, because like the United States, we are deeply committed to the fight against the trafficking in persons. The comments that I've made in this regard are not meant in any way to cast any aspersions on the integrity of those who make the assessment, but only that on the facts before us, I think an objective analysis would show that that assessment has been profoundly mistaken.
The Ministry of Education is said to be investigating the reason why 14 students who were registered to take the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment exams were absent on exams day, May 16th. In Canada on Tuesday, Prime Minister Gonsalves said he has asked the Ministry of Education to provide him with a report on each of the 14 students as to the reasons they did not write the exams.
Were they sick? Did they migrate between registering to write the exam? Not, because I do not want one single child to be left behind. If they send for me a report on 12, I will ask where the other 2, because it's important.
Still to come, almost 5,000 secondary school students already received laptops under the government's current distribution program. More stories in the local scene when we come back. Welcome back. Just under 575 Forms 1 to 4 students at the Campden Park Secondary School received their ASA laptops at a ceremony attended by Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves today. The school is among the first batch to receive the laptops this week. Some 12,500 units are to be distributed under the government's One Laptop per Child initiative. At today's ceremony, Principal of the Campden Park Secondary School, Miriam Pompey, noted the distribution of the laptops represents the deepening of the education revolution and a dream come true for many of the students at the school.
Many of the students who attend this institution are from deprived homes, and it would have been a great financial challenge for them to own such state-of-the-art electronic device. Internet access at the school is readily available, and being a proactive institution, we have already organized training sessions for the teachers. So the teachers are ready and they are fully equipped to use these netbooks and integrate them into the learning, teaching and learning environment here at the school.
Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves encouraged the students to take good care of the laptops and to ensure that they are used for the teaching and learning process. They further stated that no student in St. Vincent and the Grenadines should be at a disadvantage in keeping up with the advance in technology in the world.
Remember, it is not where you come from that is important. It is where you're going and where you arrive. And don't let anybody tell you that they're better than you. You're not better than anybody, and nobody is better than you. We are all made in the image and likeness of Almighty God. And we all have our possibilities and we have our limitations. And our education, including these laptops, is to help you to enhance your possibilities and to develop your mind, which is a terrible thing to waste.
The Prime Minister pointed out that since the distribution began on Tuesday, almost 5,000 students have received a laptop. The St. Martin Secondary School earlier today received a donation of a server to be used in the IT lab. Head of the department, Petrus Gumbs, says the server provided by the Quick Cache will help to curb the problem of viruses in the computer lab. He says they are also striving to be a school where innovation, creation and research of technology are being fostered.
This was evident last year when St. Martin Secondary School hosted the most groups to enter the national NTRC innovative competition. We had students from the age 11 right up to 14, and happy enough, it was our 11-year-old that placed third with his application. His name is Judd Alexander. He's right here, Mouse. With this drive though, it was very difficult at times, because most of the work that take months to develop and research was sometimes wiped out in an instant by viruses, or someone accidentally go to that computer and delete that file.
Gumbs noted that the school took the very bold step of removing flash drive units from all their computers and implement a system where students now have their personal space of 2 gigabytes to store files.
And have their special credential where they have an account that they're responsible for, so they can log in, save their information, and be at least 98% certain that when you come tomorrow, that work is still there. Now, that is what we have done. This server unit, which has been given to us by, or donated to us by the Quick Cache organization, will further enhance that capability. So instead now of just 2 gigs, students will find themselves up to approximately 6 gigs. But that is not all. Teachers as well, here at the St. Martin Secondary School, will also benefit from this unit here, because they as well have problem with viruses and other persons who accidentally go and hit the delete button on a file that they don't think should belong on the computer that they are currently using.
Meantime, representative of Quick Cache, Luann Hadaway, says the company is happy to provide support to the school and the development of youth in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
We know that this is the age of IT, information technology, and our youth were actually born into this age, so we have to support them wherever we can and where necessary. So on behalf of my directors of Quick Cache Corp, management and staff, I just want to wish the St. Martin Secondary School and the STEM project great success.
You're watching the news on SVG Television. We'll be right back with Carnival Beat.
See your eyes, yeah. When them up like you just don't care. When them up to the sky, let them fly.
Well, patrons planning to attend the carnival events, particularly tomorrow night's Calypso semi-finals, are being advised to drink responsibly. The advice came from Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves during yesterday's sitting of Parliament. The show, dubbed Drinks Inclusive Fantastic Friday, allows persons who have a $30 ticket to consume as many Highroon beers as possible.
What gives me concern is that there's likely to be drunkenness and some people who are driving, and I'm very concerned about that. I'm speaking to the people at the police. I have my view about these kinds of events. I don't believe that we should be encouraging an activity which is promoting in one form or another drunkenness. I just want to say that. I don't want to spoil people's fun. I'm not a killjoy. I love fun. I love fun. But I just want to say that, so that while you're going there to enjoy yourself, please try not to drink so much. I can't stop it. I mean, I can. The Prime Minister has the authority to go and tell the CDC, no, this can't be done. But they have a contractual arrangement with the brewery, I've been told. But I'm just asking the CDC, the brewery, and very importantly, people who are going there, despite the fact that you can drink as much as you want, try not to overdo it and be responsible.
Meanwhile, workers in this country, particularly civil servants, are being told that they are to report to work on all designated working days leading up to and immediately following the carnival festivities. Prime Minister Gonsalves told Parliament a foreign phenomenon had been creeping into the country known as bunwalk parties. He explained that he had been advised by some young people that a few promoters were organizing to have some of these parties here too. Prime Minister Gonsalves, however, cautioned workers, especially those of the state, that he would be looking and asking that he had also advised the various department heads and permanent secretaries to look for whether bunwalk has taken hold of the state administration.
I've been advised that the Wednesday before Carnival is being promoted at a particular entity as a bunwalk party, and the Wednesday after Carnival there is also, presumably to get over the revelry of the weekend, including Monday and Tuesday holidays, there's another bunwalk on Wednesday. I want to urge all employees, unless you're on holidays, please don't bunwalk. We have enough revelry. Don't bunwalk, and let us not go down that road. We need to be productive. We need to make sure that we understand that a progressive society is based on hard, smart, productive work and not leisure, pleasure, and nice time.